Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, and today is a big day. The session we've got right now is a big session, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the launch day for MOR, and welcome to the first ever session in MOR history. We are here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, but before we race, first we must qualify, and this is the first qualifying session in MOR history. My name is Jack. I'm your commentator. An absolute privilege to be bringing you the first race in MOR history. This should be absolutely brilliant. We're all very excited to be bringing you the new action and the new league. If you really want to call it a new league, we are still what we used to be, just with a different name. It's almost like your mum becoming your dad. We are basically the same thing. As Matthew's saying, a little bit quiet. Let's see if we can fix that. I don't know why I would be quiet. Don't think I've changed anything. We'll have a look and see what that's about. Seems like a lot of you in the TikTok chat are quite excited. Both saying, JP, what do you prefer me to watch on TikTok or Twitch? Realistically, it's preference. I think both of them have their ups and downs. TikTok, you don't get any adverts, and you get kind of more of a community to chat with. I think on Twitch, the quality is better. You can see more of the screen easier. So realistically, it's just whatever you prefer. I prefer watching streams on TikTok, to be completely honest. As Alexander comes in with the 20 TikTok gifts. Thank you very much, Alexander, for the support. If you didn't catch our 10 p.m. stream last night, first of all, what were you doing? Go back and watch it, because it was a really fun stream to do. Me and Mikey hosted the launch event for MOR, and it was a great deal of fun. I do want to say a big thank you to Mikey as well for having me along for that and giving me the privilege of hosting such an event. It was really good fun. And we are looking to do more of those sorts of, I guess, in quotation marks, non-racing streams, if that makes sense. There'll be more info about that coming out as Mikey comes in with the treasure boxes and says, Happy MOR Esports Day. This is our birthday, technically. It is the first, well, not the first birthday, it's the birth of MOR Esports. N. Oliver saying, why is it not WRC anymore? Essentially, we just wanted to rebrand because we've been getting a lot bigger in the past sort of fortnight, 2.5 weeks-ish. And especially with the growth and the fact we were called WRC. There's very close links to the World Rally Championship. We didn't want any confusion for the viewers or anything like that. The Washtarv saying, when is the next race? Today we are racing at 10 a.m. Obviously, you're watching it. The 12 p.m. race, there is a 2 p.m. race, a 4 p.m. race, a 6 p.m. race, an 8 p.m. race, and a 10 p.m. race. So we're back to the full schedule as well then, after having a couple of races off yesterday. We are fully back, and Tennis Pro will be the first man that will set a competitive lap time in this session. The Cadillac driver comes towards the line, and it's a 1 minute 30.2 for him. Can anyone do better? Albon Lover can do better. One of the fan favourites in WRC. As we now go into MOR, I'm sure that fanfare will not have died. Void now goes to the top with a 1 minute 28.1. We've got Matt Connor in P3 with a 1 minute 28.9. And I must say, this has a little bit of like a big fight feel to it, if you know what I mean. You know, you're going to be in the history books forever, winning the first MOR race. Who's going to take the cake? I'm sure that's going to be motivating the drivers a little bit more to try and really get their foot down and make an impression. If you were watching the 8 p.m. stream yesterday, you would have heard a lot of people are calling it glaze to F1, Mikey boy. I don't think I really can deny it. There was quite a fair amount of glaze to F1, Mikey boy. But it was a part of history, and it was the final race in WRC. The storybook, the fairy tale ending. I had to try and give it some good commentary. And could you maybe write your name in MOR history? If you are looking to join us, make sure you do join our website. I will whack the website in the TikTok chat. Give me 2 moments to pull the link up. As Mikey's treasure boxes are now opening, so get yourself involved, ladies and gentlemen, and open those treasure boxes. As let me grab the link for the league. Go in my notes app. Grab that for you, ladies and gentlemen. So how are we doing then, ladies and gentlemen, on the birth of MOR? As N Oliver comes number 57 in the fan club. Thank you very much, Oliver. We've got Cohen coming in with the rose. Thank you very much, Cohen. Welcome in to everyone here today. We are very, very excited to have you all along with us. As Sean now coming in with the gifts as well. Thank you very much, Sean. We've got Vips becoming number 58 in the fan club. It looks like you're all excited. We're all very excited to be bringing MOR to you. As Bowmaster goes into P9 for Ferrari. We've got Stu crossing the line now. He goes into P13, up the Gunners on a lap as well. Now, a lot of you might be asking, so what's the difference then between WRC and MOR? First of all, you should have joined the 10 PM stream because we did explain that. But to put it very simply, it's WRC with a new name and a lot more intention is what I would say if I had to kind of dumb it down and narrow it down a little bit without waffling on for ages. CW coming in with the orange juice gifts. Thank you very much, CW. I might need a bit of that. Woke up about half an hour ago and here I am commentating. So hopefully I'm doing a good enough job for all of you at home. But the difference between MOR and WRC is basically new name, new intentions, new drive is what I would have said, to be completely honest. So it should be fun. This is the start of a new era and we are very, very, very excited to be bringing the new era of league racing to you today. Luke M is saying some people are very sleepy, been impeded twice in half a lap. Traffic not looking ideal then around this Bahrain circuit in this morning. It's an early race, but still 22 drivers. I always was a bit skeptical of the 10 AM races. If I'm honest, as Rocket Pro nearly goes round on his lap, I thought 10 AM, will people really want to race? It's a bit early in the morning. You'll probably have people that aren't awake yet. And I think for every 10 AM race, we've had 22 drivers and reserves waiting in the wings as well. So pretty crazy, to be completely honest. We've got Damon in the chat saying, good morning, mate. What an honor to have 2 seats in the league. Thank you so much. Damon, it's a pleasure to have you in the league, my friend. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. Prince Jarman saying, I've heard rumours there's an incredible commentator making his debut today. We have got a new commentator making his debut today. We've got a little bit of a trial run for one, I believe his name is Gavin Bass. So make sure you go and show him some love. I believe he is commentating at 2 and at 10. So make sure you are going, showing him some love, giving him the support that you always give to me. You guys are absolutely incredible whenever I'm on the commentary and whenever I'm bringing you the races. So make sure you go and show all that support and love and everything that you do. Go and show it to Gavin as well. MOR launch date. Got to get ourselves involved. And Oliver coming in with the gifts as well. Gavin in the chat saying, so nervous. Thanks, bud. Honestly, it is a nerve-wracking thing. You got to think. I was saying this to Mikey earlier because Mikey, I think, was pretty nervous for the stream yesterday. It is a bit nerve-wracking when you realize on certain days you're pulling 2,000 viewers a stream. It's a bit like, oh, okay then. You know, thinking that you're speaking out into the void of 2,000 people. But at the end of the day, just signing up to be a commentator takes a lot of bravery. Gavin, I've heard your streams as well and your commentary. You are a fantastic commentator. I'm very excited to watch you. and I'm sure you will be a brilliant addition to WRC. So I really do look forward to that, my friend. Best of luck, of course. CW in the chat saying, how are we doing, JP? I'm doing absolutely wonderful, CW. Very, very excited. Hope you are having a good morning. Hopefully, the I knew I was going to say it at one point. I knew I was going to say it. The MOR action that we're bringing you today. Not WRC. Jack, what are you doing? I said to Mikey, I guarantee at one point I'm going to call the league WRC. That is not what we're called anymore. I need to get it out of my head. I knew it would happen. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while I try and forget the name of the old league. Oh, dear. Imoken saying, Sean P3, consider me shocked. Trust me, Sean is rapid. If you have not watched WRC in the past or MOR, Sean is absolutely rapid, and I'm sure is going to be towards the top. Lance Stroll saying, I'm in Discord. How do I apply for races? There'll be an attendance section. The channels are called like 10 a.m. social race, 12 p.m. social race, 2 p.m. social race. If there's space, just get in the attendance. Gavin saying, wow, coming from you, bud. Thank you. Of course, Gavin, us commentators have got to stick together. Do you know what I mean? Especially today when I do find a lot of streamers and commentators, we are accustomed to quite a bit of negative feedback. We've got to stick together, and trust me, I'm not just saying this because you're coming to commentate for MOR. I've heard your commentary before. I do genuinely think it's brilliant, so I am very excited to see what you can bring to MOR. I'm very, very excited. Denzel joining the fan club on TikTok as well. Thank you very much, Denzel, for getting in the fan club. Number 59. Who is number 60 going to be? N. Oliver saying, do these races count towards championship or anything? No, these are just social races. But I believe we're running pre-season from next week, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am mistaken, knowing me. But we could be going pre-season next week. So you will see all of our championship events and whatnot. And if you are interested in what the championship events are going to look like, as I say, go and watch the 10 p.m. stream last night. We talked through absolutely all of that. Jack Plays says, glad to say I've got an official seat for Monday and Wednesday. Let's go, Jack. Excited to see you in there, my friend. Sean saying this Void guy needs to find out what grass is. Void, currently absolutely flying out in front, it must be said. Damon saying, also JP, I will miss the first 2 races due to family holiday. I won't lose my seats. Well, no, not at all, Damon. Just obviously make sure that you've let Mikey or Ollie know. And no, that's completely fine. End of the day, there's always going to be people that, you know, go on holiday or, I don't know, maybe have personal emergencies or something like that, and they have to miss a race. We're never going to, you know, punish you or take your seats away for not being able to attend an event. CW saying, what would you say your favorite thing about the rebrand is, JP? Honestly, it sounds weird, right? And I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can. So when we were WRC, that was an abbreviation for World Racing Championship. So we were kind of put in a box of we can only go racing. But now we're MOR Esports, that kind of opens it up to where we're not just a racing league, we're a brand almost. So we can do a lot of new things, whether that is streaming new games or things like basically just opening up to the point where we don't just have to do racing league streams, which I think is really exciting, because as MOR grows and continues to grow as it has done in the past 2.5, 3 weeks, whatever it is, the more opportunities for content and different things that we'll be able to bring you. And I think that is a very, very exciting thing. That was a long answer to your question, and probably not the answer you were looking for, but that is the truth, to be completely honest. We've got Prince Jarmin saying premium membership is the biggest steal I've ever seen. I do agree, and remember that prices for premium are going up at the end of August. So if you are looking to join Premium, make sure that you get yourself involved as soon as possible. Solar in the chat as well. Welcome in, Solar. Good to see you, my friend. We've got Bo in the chat as well. We've got Cohen. We've got Brody saying, this is my second time in a social race. Qualifying terribly, still having fun. End of the day, Brody, as long as you're having fun, that's what we're here for. That's what matters. It doesn't matter where you finish. It just matters that you finish. So, really hoping you're enjoying yourself. Glad to hear that you're having fun. CW says that's sick, to be fair. I rate it. Exactly. You know, it's nice to be able to diversify. I must say I'm very excited for a lot of the plans we've got in the future. A lot of those plans you will hear relatively soon. But we have definitely got a lot coming for you. And I'm sure it will not disappoint. It's going to be a very interesting month, let's say. James in the chat as well. Welcome in, James. We've got JR Goalkeeping in the chat. Welcome in. Sander saying, JP, did you hear my comms from the 10 a.m. social yesterday? I most certainly did. I was genuinely very impressed. Very impressive stuff, my friend. Great work. Keep it up. Right, we're into crunch time then. Here in qualifying. Enough about the rebrand for now. We have still got some on-track action to try and cover. And Sean is on what we can only assume, well, it is going to be his final lap in this session. The Audi driver currently sat in P5. Is he able to try and get himself towards maybe P4, P3? Doesn't need much improvement to get to P3. It's very close at the front of the field. Here comes Sean to the line. He does go to P3 then. Rigged is on his lap, as is Void. We've got Matt Connor on another outlap. We've got NLG Monkey and Ollie on outlaps as well. So let's watch Rigged then, who is on his final flying lap now. The Red Bull driver, the closest man to Void at the moment, and has invalidated. And that is going to be the end of Rigged session. We've got NLG Monkey on a lap. Matt Connor about to go onto his. It looks like Void has given up on his lap. Most certainly aborted it. He's not going to get another lap time in this session. There isn't time left. So Ollie Football and NLG Monkey then will be the two to try and challenge him. The question is, can they? Because that was an awful voice crack. My word. Void is very far clear of everyone else. He's the only man in the 1 minute 27s. So we will see what Void can do if he can take pole position. There's nothing he can do now. It's down to the other drivers. Ollie Football has taken a few pole positions in these social races before. Is there opportunity for the Red Bull driver to snatch one more away? Void has come into the pit lane. Sean will be coming across the line to finish his qualifying. We've got NLG Monkey coming towards the final corner. The Alpine driver, is he able to try and get himself towards the front of the field? Needs big improvement if it is to be the front of the field. The Alpine crosses the line. He goes second place. A great last gasp attempt from NLG Monkey. Ollie Football 2/10 up. So looking to challenge for the front row. But pole position looks a completely foregone conclusion. The Red Bull driver round the final corner then will use all of the battery he's got remaining in pursuit of lap time. Ollie Football crosses the line. It's only P4. He lost time in the final sector. Luke won't get a better lap. What about Matt Connor then? He crosses the line, goes into P6. Now here comes his teammate, Nova Piper, to cross the line. Goes P7. We've got Batal, who I don't believe is on a lap at the moment. So that is qualifying over. And Void, that is a scary, scary sight out in front. 1 minute 27.6. The closest challenger is Not Brownie with a 1 minute 28.1. That is a lap and a half from the Williams driver. Not Brownie in second. We've got NLG Monkey in third. Rigged is fourth with Ollie Football in fifth. The two Haas cars line up 6th and 7th. And I'm not going to take any jokes about that in the TikTok or Twitch chat. I can assure you that. As Sean Cox is in P8. Then we've got Albon Lover P9 with Luke in P10. That is your qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen. Void on pole by nearly half a second. We have got a very interesting race coming up for you. The Bahrain Grand Prix, and the first race in the history of MOR is up next. We welcome you back to the Bahrain Grand Prix. It doesn't look like there's going to be a formation lap, so we go racing then. Here in Bahrain, I was not expecting that. We usually do have a formation lap, but we are underway then, and MOR is born. NLG Monkey into turn 1 is leading. Void did not get a good getaway, was maybe expecting a formation lap as well, as that is a big moment there for NLG Monkey. They were about 4 wide as we came out of turn 1. A virtual safety car already deployed, and we have got penalties flying in too. Tyre-wise, is the medium or the soft? We've got a drive-through for Daniel. We've got a 10-second for Void and for Bowmaster. We've got Tennis disqualified. That is a crazy start. We weren't even expecting the Grand Prix to begin so early, and maybe that has caught people out. NLG Monkey now gets a 10-second penalty as well to go along with the damage that he's got. That was for ignoring yellow flags. Crazy, crazy opening to the life of MOR and the Bahrain Grand Prix. No formation lap. It caught the drivers out. We've already got 3 10-second penalties and a drive-through for the leader. Ollie Football with a great start. We'll look at the position changes. We go back to green flag racing. Mr. Fresh with an incredible start. Up 8 places. We've got Daniel up 12 places, but the caveat being he's got a drive-through penalty. What a crazy start to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Void from pole position took pole position by a long margin, but now down to 5th and with a 10-second penalty. How much is that going to affect the Williams driver's race? He's definitely got the pace to win this race. But race pace is very different from qualifying pace, and the 10-second penalty is going to make his life very, very difficult. We end lap 1 then, and it's Daniel that leads, albeit with a drive-through penalty. So it's technically Ollie Football that is leading this Bahrain Grand Prix, not Brownie in second with Sean in third, as CB makes a move past his teammate and up into 8th place on the soft compound tyres, using them well in the early going of this Grand Prix. We've got Mr. Fresh up into 13th place, the Alpine driver, absolutely flying. We've had NLG Monkey and Bowmaster into the pits. We saw NLG Monkey with damage. Not sure if the Ferrari also picked up damage. NLG Monkey will be serving his 10-second in the pit lane as well. So most certainly going to be a long pit stop for the Alpine as he gets the hard compound tyres on. Look at Ollie Football trying to challenge Daniel. Doesn't want to wait for him to come in to serve the drive-through penalty. Wants the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix now as he pulls to the inside line. It's surely a foregone conclusion he's going to move through to the lead. And that is exactly the case. Ollie Football now leads here in Bahrain. He's saving the battery as well. Look at Not Brownie in the background challenging away in the McLaren. We've got Sean right behind him as we move on to lap 3 then. Daniel staying out, extending as much as possible to try and, I guess, nullify the effects of the drive-through penalty, but such is the difference in battery. We're too wide, and that is a big moment into turn 1. More contact coming up for you as well. Daniel manages to stay in second. Void with a very big move for his race, getting past Sean and Not Brownie in turn 1. Matt Connor now down the inside of Not Brownie and taking 5th place, now taking the position on Sean as well and getting up into 4th. This is very, very interesting in this race. We've now got Void attacking Daniel round the outside, and this is really important for Void. He isn't able to get by, but the man that took pole by such an incredible margin had an awful start in this race, fell down to I think it was 5th, but these are big moves in the opening point of the Grand Prix as he now looks towards the inside again, isn't going to be able to get through on the Mercedes driver, who will have to come in at the end of this lap to serve that drive-through penalty, and it will leave Void in second place. But all this fighting and not being able to get through on the Mercedes as Daniel has a bit of a moment, and that is going to let Void through. It's going to let Matt Connor through. Sean goes through as well. Now Not Brownie on the outside line as well. But as I was saying, all this squabbling away has left Ollie Football 2.2 seconds in the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Void in second place with Matt Connor right behind him. Sean looking to try and challenge Matt Connor into turn 1, and Sean moves up into 3rd place then for Audi. Matt Connor running in 4th. But the question is now, in a bit of clean air, can Void try and bring the gap down to Ollie Football? He's going to have to make 10 seconds up somewhere if he wants to win this race. It does look like that gap is falling. Whether that was just a mistake from Ollie or whether Void really is that quick, we will have to see as the lap develops. It's Sean in 3rd with Matt Connor running in 4th place. Not Brownie is 5th with Albon Lover up to 6th. Good start from the Ferrari man. Daniel comes out in 19th place then, and that really is the Mercedes driver out of contention for the win. Albon Lover in 7th with CB right behind him. Void trying to defend from Sean. The gap between Sean and Ollie Football staying pretty stagnant at about 2.2, 2.3 seconds. So Williams versus Audi then is your fight for second place. Sean in behind and with the overtake boost, using a bit of that battery to get up closer to the Williams driver, is gaining towards the final corner. Backs out of it though, doesn't want to make the move too early. Void and Sean Cox battling for second place. Sean getting a little bit unstable on the exit of the final corner, but now in the slipstream of the Williams as we go on to lap 5. Both of them saving their battery. Sean happy to sit behind the Williams for the time being. Into turn 1 we go. It's the Williams from the Audi. Albon Lover trying a move to get up to P5. Not Brownie, not having any of that. But Albon Lover still in hot pursuit. Not able to get through as look at CB on the inside line. We're 3 abreast. Albon Lover round the outside. Tries to turn in and then is tagged in the rear by Rigged and is sent off the road. And that incident was started by Albon Lover. Switched late to the outside line. Made it 3 abreast. Turned in to the McLaren in the middle. Not Brownie not able to go anywhere. Rigged arriving at the corner with such overspeed into the back of Albon Lover. And Albon Lover sent into a spin and down to 12th place. Sean in 3rd place then, falling off the back of Void a little bit, who's using a bit more battery to try and gain to Ollie Football and drop Sean. Does not want the pressure behind him. Eric saying, how do you get the commentator? If you're asking about how to join the league as a commentator, literally just head to the website and register your interest. If you're asking about how do you get me, good question, because I'm very busy with all the racing action that MOR is bringing you, but I guess feel free to shoot me a DM. As Void has nearly dropped Sean then, as look at the battling as we go towards turn 1. CB past Not Brownie, soft compound tyres working well for the Aston Martin driver so far. CB started this race in 15th, is up now into 5th. A great opening stint of this race for CB so far, as Stu gets through on Blake Zilla and up to 14th. Albon Lover making a move up to 11th on TG Rob, as we had a yellow flag moment through turn 1. That has all been cleared up pretty quickly. CB now 2.3 seconds behind Matt Connor, who is behind Sean, who is behind Void, is rigged, has fallen behind Not Brownie. Red Bull versus McLaren. I've seen that script before, and we know how that script ended, as Not Brownie goes in a little bit deep. Has got some front wing damage. Has Not Brownie has got quite a bit of front wing damage, missing both end plates, and that is going to be affecting the drivability of that car, as Rig does get through then into 6th place. And now look at Nova Piper hunting the McLaren. Haas versus McLaren. Don't think we've seen this script before, but Nova Piper versus Not Brownie, and Nova is gaining on the McLaren driver. Towards the final corner we go. Nova gonna have to sit behind for at least one more turn as we go through the final corner. Nova Piper with some good grip on the exit. We've got Daniel that has had a moment in the middle sector as Not Brownie runs out of battery. Nova Piper has to swap to the inside as quick as possible to avoid going into the back of the McLaren driver, and Nova Piper moves through into 7th place then. Not Brownie dropping like a stone in this race. Might need to come into the pit lane and change that front wing. It's Ollie Football then that leads this race after 7 laps. It's Void in 2nd with Sean in 3rd. Matt Connor running in 4th with CB in 5th. And I must say, this has been a brilliant Bahrain Grand Prix so far. NLG Monkey has had a bit of a moment in the final sector, currently running in 21st on the hard compound tyres. Void in 2nd place with Sean in 3rd. Sean is gaining on the Williams driver. These two looking very closely matched for race pace, and it is such a frustrating feeling when you feel so closely matched with someone and you're the car behind. Just doesn't feel like there's a corner where you can really gain that much time. Normally, compared to most people, you'll at least have a corner or a bit of a straight line where you are quicker than someone else and you can see the visible time gain. But for Sean and for Void, they both look matched together. Void will be frustrated he's not dropping Sean. Sean will be frustrated he's not gaining on Void. And that is just a loop that you can easily get wrapped into. And then you start making mistakes. But here comes Sean towards turn 1. Doesn't want to sit in behind the Williams for too long. Void looking for the switchback. Sean in a little bit deep. Has the inside line though. As we now make our way as there. A little bit of contact. And off the road goes Void. And you really cannot make any excuses for that, can you? We didn't have the best camera angle of it. But from what we saw, I think we saw all we needed to see. Void getting a bit heated with Sean running him off the road in turn 1. And giving him a bit of a reply. I would not be surprised if that is spoke about with the admins after the race, because Void completely shunting Sean off the road. Sean now down to 4th place. And the Audi driver is not going to be happy about that. Matt Connor running in 3rd. It's Void in 2nd then. 3 seconds shy of Ollie Football, and still with that 10-second penalty. Tensions flaring on lap 8 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And I would not be surprised if there is maybe some intervention from the stewards or the admins after the Grand Prix. Ollie Football continuing on then. Void is going to come into the pit lane and is going to put himself in the pit wall as well for good measure. retires from the race. So I guess decided that he wanted to ruin Sean's race and then retire himself, which seems pretty kind. So Void out of this race then. Ollie Football leading by 5.6 seconds to Matt Connor. Someone saying best commentary ever. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the compliment. KHR saying, are you commentating 10 p.m.? I am not. I believe that is Gavin Bass, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Mercedes saying what happened. A little bit of a moment between Sean and Void, shall we say. I don't want to put any labels on it yet. Because we didn't have the best camera angle coming out of turn 2 and towards turn 3. So I won't be putting any labels on it, but there was a little bit of contact and it looked pretty bad from what we saw, sorry. We've got 20 laps remaining in this Bahrain Grand Prix. Rigged now chasing Sean. No problem, Mr. Mercedes. Always happy to help, my friend. As Ollie Football then leading by 6.3 seconds. Sean Cox in third place. All under pressure, though, from the Red Bull of Rigged. Solar saying Void dead. I wouldn't be surprised. As Rigged chases down Sean. Solar says, also, you commentating 12 p.m. I most certainly am. Straight after this stream, we'll be back at you with some more racing action, I believe, from Saudi Arabia. But Rigged looking to get in the racing action done now. Sean forced deep into turn 1 and Rigged goes through into the final podium position. KHR saying Mikey wouldn't let me get interviewed because I'm only 14. I think the thing is, KHR, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, of course. I'm trying to explain it to you a little bit. Is obviously we're trying to maintain as professional as possible. I think the number one main thing, because obviously I was hosting the 10 p.m. launch event with Mikey. The one thing I said was I wanted people for interviews that were in WRC for quite a while. Because then they kind of understand what the rebrand is. They've been with WRC for a good amount of time. So they can give the viewers some insight on what WRC was like, what they're excited for the rebrand. Maybe they've been interviewed before, so they know sort of what to expect. And obviously the people that we did interview, like MCL, like King Fenrir, Meloon, Blake, have all been some of really, I guess you could almost call them some of the 4 horsemen for WRC. They were in very, very early in WRC. And that is why they got interviews. Sean Cox then into the pit lane on lap 11. Alessandro saying, do you know when the rest of the lineups will be published? I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, the polls yesterday went out for the Friday F2, Saturday teams, and Sunday esports division. I would assume it will be within the next few days, but don't hold me to that because I am not sure. You were better off asking that question to someone like Ollie. Excuse me. Matt Connor then in second place, 7.3 seconds off of Ollie Football. Rigged in third with Nova Piper running in fourth place. Luke is fifth, Albon Lover 6th. Let's see how good the undercut is for Sean. He emerges in 9th place behind up the Gunners who pitted 2 laps ago. Paid him fully saying you play on controller. I personally play on controller. There are a few people in the league as well, or in this race, that will be playing on controller as well. I would have said the consensus is controller. There are a lot of people that race on wheel, but I would have said the majority is on controller. I might be mistaken there. Don't hold me to that. But I'm pretty sure I want to say that is the truth. As Nova Piper and Rigged come into the pit lane then. Matt Connor and Luke stay out second and third for them. Solar saying, why wasn't I invited to an interview? It's the same reason as KHR Solar. I just wanted people that were in WRC for a long, long time. And the people that we did interview, like not WRC, MCL, King Fenrir, Meloon, people like that, they were in from practically day one. So I feel like the interviews with them were a bit more in-depth, if that makes sense. Leah Via back in the chat as well. Welcome in, Leah. Good to see you. Sola says, I've been in WRC for a while. You have been in WRC for a while. I won't take that away from you. But compared to someone like MCL, who's been in since Season 1, when we were on F1 24, it would have been, I think, or F1 25, it's a bit of a difference. Do you know what I mean? Cohen saying, chat, I want to join, but I'm low-key really bad. I'm only on 100 difficulty. Cohen, 100 difficulty is not bad at all. Trust me, I don't think you would struggle at all in this league. 100 difficulty. I mean, the maximum is 110, isn't it? As we've now got a virtual safety car deployed, as Daniel has retired from the race, and you can see that is quite a weird place for a car to crash there. Only a virtual safety car, though. No full safety car, but that is going to help Ollie and Matt Connor, who dive into the pit lane. Rigged gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. He was one of the men that was in contention for the podium, and that is surely going to take him out of it. As Ollie Football emerges from the pit lane, still in the lead then. Matt Connor is going to come out in second place. Luke is going to emerge from the pit lane in third. Albon Lover is in the pit lane as well. Nova Piper is going to be in fourth as the virtual safety car comes in then. And Matt Connor picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane. This race, absolutely crazy. With penalties and with chaos. Sean in the chat saying, I accidentally forced Void off at turn 2. Totally my fault. But that doesn't justify what he did to me. That's exactly what I said when I called it, Sean. But I'm sure the stewards and the admins will get themselves involved. Lap 13 then of 29. It is Ollie Football that leads the Bahrain Grand Prix. Matt Connor in second place with Luke M in third. Nova Piper running fourth. We'll have a look at the penalty screen, and it's drive-through penalties for Matt Connor and for Luke M rigged in there as well. So Nova Piper going to be second place on the road. Up the Gunners is going to be in third, but Sean realistically will be in third because Up the Gunners has that 3-second penalty. This is absolutely crazy stuff. F1 Mikey Boy saying, I have some exciting news to release later. I will admit, Mikey, I saw the Discord notification from you. I didn't want to go on Discord because I would be too interested and I'd want to know now. And then you would tell me, I'd get stupidly excited and it would be very hard for me to hold the secret. So I will wait. Obviously, we can catch up after the stream before the 12 PM race. And you can let me know the info. I did see your message. I wasn't ignoring you, don't worry. I just know if you message me now and tell me, I will probably pop a blood vessel, and that will not be good for the commentary. We're about halfway through this Bahrain Grand Prix then, as Sean does get up the inside of Up the Gunners, who really forces him off the road there. Sean is definitely a magnet for some crazy racing. Up the Gunners, I believe, lets Sean through. So doing the gentlemanly and sportsmanlike thing is the V-Carb driver. Sean now running in third place. Has Matt Connor been in for his drive-through? Yes, he has. As has Luke. Rigged has also been in for his drive-through penalty as well. So besides 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 9 seconds, and 10-second penalties, we're all sorted out then. The gap out in front, 13.8 seconds between Nova Piper and Ollie Footballers. Up the Gunners goes into the final corner and retakes third place. The issue is he's got a 3-second penalty, but he is really fighting away with Sean Connor. Sean Cox, sorry. Apologies, Sean. Is into turn one we go. Sean gonna look for the up and under. Does the Audi car have the grip? It doesn't look like it, but look at the exit that Sean gets. That Audi taking off in a straight line. Up the gunners, deeper on the brakes. And Sean now looking for the up and under once more. Little bit of wheel banging between them. And up the gunners holds third place. This is great racing between the pair of them. Sean aggressive in his attack. Up the gunners aggressive in his defense. Ultimately, it is very clean racing. And this is absolutely great stuff. Sean does get through into third place then. Solar saying, hey, only I get to lead that much. The gap 14 seconds as a safety car now comes out. Rocket Pro has retired from the race. And we have got our first full safety car deployed in Bahrain. There's 150 of you in the TikTok live. Welcome in to all of you to the launch day for MOR Esports. If you are new, make sure you're following down below. We're looking to get to 4,000 followers by the end of this week. So make sure you are following. Ollie Football stays out. Nova Piper stays out. Cohen saying, should I try and get into a race? Most certainly, Cohen. That would be absolutely mega. As Sean comes into the pits, up the gunners comes into the pits. And I must say, I was a little bit confused when I saw Ollie and Nova Piper stay out. Albon Lover is staying out as well. Surely fresh medium tyres would be the way to go at this phase of the race. Or at least that's what I would think. Sean is going on to new hard tyres. Up the gunners onto mediums. Matt Connor in the pit lane as well. CB stays out and takes fourth. Wishing Siren saying, what was the pole time? Off the top of my head, I want to say it was a 27.4. Although, don't hold me to that. I'm not fully certain. I want to say it was a 27.4 from Void, who is now out of the Grand Prix. Rupert saying, I'm way too used to GT3 track limits, and only just starting on wheel caught me out and made me crash. Rupert, thank you for joining us, my friend, and practice makes perfect at the end of the day. You'll only get better if you keep going, so thank you for joining us, and I do hope you'll join us for more races in the future. Tennis saying, sorry for the disqualification, had to go do something very important. Not a problem at all, Tennis, don't worry, my friend. We've all got more important things to do at some points than race. Cohen saying, do I join the Discord? Because for me, it said it's still WRC. Cohen, go to the website. I'll paste the link for you in the TikTok chat. Go to the website, copy and paste it into your web browser, sign in with Discord, and it will send you an invite through the website to the brand new Discord, which is the MOR Discord. And then literally just wait for the attendances to come out and sign up. Rupert says time to practice for Mexico at 2 p.m. then. Best of luck, Rupert. I look forward to seeing it. Someone saying, do we know what race is at 10 p.m.? I'm not certain. There are probably people that know. I will try and find that information out for you, my friend. I must say I am very excited for this announcement that Mikey has got. Iwazi saying, where is Mikey? Mikey not racing in this session, but I can assure you he is doing a lot in the background. Obviously, with it being the MOR launch day, there's a lot of process that goes into the background. So Mikey is, as the league owner, doing a very good job of covering all of that and getting everything sorted out so we can bring you these incredible Grand Prix. Someone saying, is there a 6 p.m. social race? There most certainly is. I couldn't tell you what track it is, to be completely honest. I know that this race is the Bahrain Grand Prix. I know that the 12 p.m. race in about an hour is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I could not tell you what any of the other races are. I will find out and I will let you know. As safety car should be in next lap, I would assume. Ollie Football still behind the trusted services of Bernd Mailander. LM saying, JP, I got a drive through right as I came out the pits because I had a -7 second delta. That is unusual, to say the least. Come on, you gunners, saying, I don't know if these mediums will last to the end. They definitely should do. I mean, there were people on mediums running till about lap 15, I think. So mediums should easily last to the end of this race and should be the best race tyre, to be completely honest. So I would imagine you will be okay up the gunners. Currently running in P6 and could be on for an incredible result here in MOR's Bahrain Grand Prix. And again, welcome along, ladies and gentlemen, to the first race in the life of MOR Esports. We were formerly WRC. We have made the rebrand today. That all happened at about midnight. Cohen saying, how do I join? I joined the Discord. How do I join a social race? There should be channels that say 10 a.m. social race, 12 p.m. social race, things like that. Just get yourself in on the attendance if there's availability, my friend. Welcome in, Alex. Good to see you, my friend. LM currently in P9 on the fresh hards. LM saying Brownie, I think, will win. He has mediums and is the only medium runner that doesn't have a time penalty at the moment. Cohen says, do I just pick a team? And if there isn't any space, I put myself on a reserve list. Exactly that. For the social races, you pick whatever team you want to drive for. If there's not space, just put yourself down as a reserve. Also, make sure in the Discord server, you change your server nickname to your EA name, because it just makes it a lot easier when we're trying to invite people to the lobbies. So we've asked that everyone can do that. Safety car is in then. We will go racing on lap 19 with 10 laps left of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's Ollie Football from Nova Piper and Albon Lover is your running order. And Ollie Football gets us back underway then as we cross the line. To begin lap 19, it's Ollie Football that leads the Bahrain Grand Prix. Nova Piper in second place. Albon Lover running in third. Alex saying, commentator, who do you think will win? Honestly, it would be hard to take your eyes off Ollie Football, but not Brownie on the mediums. Could look very, very racy. As look down the inside there. Goes up the gunners on CB. Is he able to get up the inside? He's late on the brakes. CB forced to get out of turning in. Not Brownie. Gonna get through as well, and not Brownie into 6th place. Marcelo saying, is the stream only on TikTok? No, we are also live on YouTube, on Twitch. Soon to be Kick as well. It's not Brownie now chasing after Up the Gunners. And if not Brownie can get through on Up the Gunners, he has got a really good chance of trying to win this race. We've got nearly 100 of you in the TikTok live. If you are new, make sure you're following down below. The birth of MOR Esports, and what a race we have got for the first race in MOR history. Up the Gunners, closing in on Sean. We've seen these two already have big fights in this race. V-Carb versus Audi out in front. It is Ollie Football that leads the Bahrain Grand Prix. Nova Piper in second place. Albon Lover third. Up the Gunners and Sean having a drag race down towards turn 1. He is absolutely flying. Is Up the Gunners on the mediums. They're wheel to wheel into turn 1. Up the Gunners breaks later and takes the position then into 4th place. Sean now down to 5th. Not Brownie now challenging the Audi in behind. Not Brownie towards the inside line. Sean's ran out of battery here, and the McLaren flies through into 5th place. Not Brownie in real contention of winning the Bahrain Grand Prix here today. As Albon Lover all over the back of Nova Piper, who's all over the back of Ollie Football. We've got Up the Gunners in the fight as well. Not Brownie in the fight as well. This is incredible racing action in the burning embers of the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a way to start MOR Esports. The rebrand is now official, and what a race we are having to really seal the letter of approval. It's Ollie that leads by 0.8 from Nova Piper. Mikey comes in with the Galaxy. Let's go, Mikey, the league owner, showing his support for this racing action. Absolutely incredible stuff in the opening round of MOR's lifetime. And Not Brownie surely has got an incredible chance of winning this race as we move on to lap 21 of 29. Ollie Football is your leader. It's Nova Piper in 2nd place. Albon Lover in 3rd as Sean gets by CB and up into 6th. We'll now try and challenge Not Brownie once again as Mikey became the new title gifter of Rose. That's why Mikey sending roses in massively. 50 roses. Thank you very much, Mikey. Evidently, the league owner approving of this racing action, as that is Albon Lover, who has gone round in the middle sector. The fan favourite. He goes through the Santander boards, and his hopes and dreams of a Bahrain Grand Prix podium slide away. Albon Lover, don't look back in anger, my friend. Through the styrofoam boards he went, and now down into 12th place. So that leaves Up the Gunners in 3rd. Not Brownie in 4th, technically in 3rd, if you include Up the Gunners penalty. As Ollie Football is leading this race by 9/10 now to Nova Piper. Up the Gunners in 3rd. Not Brownie is in 4th. This is an incredible race so far, and we are not over yet because here comes Not Brownie towards the inside line and takes the position away from Up the Gunners. And the McLaren driver, who is highest up on the medium compound tyres without any sort of penalty, is now running in 3rd and will be chasing after Nova Piper. And was this the McLaren master plan? Incredible racing from Not Brownie. He is now through into 3rd place. Absolutely incredible racing action. Sean still in 5th, right behind Up the Gunners. Not Brownie gaining on Nova Piper. And some might say that Not Brownie is easily going to win this race, but it's far from over yet. 2 seconds in Formula 1 is like half the world away. And the McLaren driver, 1.1 seconds behind Nova Piper. Ollie Football is your leader by 1.2 seconds. He's pulled out of the overtake boost of Nova Piper. Drew saying, JP, do you know what days you and Jack are on comms for the new season? We haven't sorted that out yet, because Jack is, of course, on holiday. For the opening rounds of the season, it will be me, because Jack isn't back till the 19th. But once he's back, we will be sorting out full-time who's going to do what day. And obviously, you will find that information out as soon as we have sorted that out. Not Brownie, under pressure then. Are the medium tyres starting to go off in this race? Because Not Brownie is not gaining to Nova Piper anymore. Sean in 4th. As someone had a moment there. Up the Gunners! has had a moment and is into the barriers, and that could very easily be rear wing damage for the V-Carb. And he will be singing a very sad song. Well, up the gunners, you can see it is rear wing damage. The oversteer that the V-Carb is getting. It's going to be very hard to hold on to that car till the end of the race. TG Rob going very wide as well. Up the gunners, just going to look to roll with it, but that rear wing damage is really going to be harming him. Not Brownie is now teetering on the edge of getting the overtake boost. As down the main straight we come then to begin lap 23. Or lap 24, should I say. He's not in the overtake boost, not Brownie. 1.6 seconds behind. What a Bahrain Grand Prix we have been treated to, ladies and gentlemen. And we've still got 5 laps remaining as Rigged gets through on Blake Ziller and up into 8th place. Up the gunners, comes into the pit lane and retires from the session. And up the gunners, a horrible way to end the Grand Prix when he was running so well. Bowmaster now gets through and into 8th place as we've got Doug coming in with the roses. Thank you very much, Doug, for the support, my friend. Blake Ziller gets through on Rigged. Rigged really falling back now in this race, down to 10th place. Was looking at one point like he'd be challenging for a podium spot, but it was the drive-through that really cost him that. Sean is now gaining very rapidly on Not Brownie. Not Brownie is gaining rapidly on Nova Piper. This race has well and truly been supersonic, and we are still 5 laps from the end as Doug now comes in with the GGs and the claps. Thank you very much, Doug, for the gifts, my friend, as Sean is attacking then, and the Audi driver does get through into 3rd place as we've got a virtual safety car deployed, I believe. What is the reason for that? Bo has come into the pit lane and got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and I believe has got no front wing. And that is why the virtual safety car has been deployed. It's Ollie Football that is your Grand Prix leader. Bo not happy about one of the other drivers on track. As we get back racing then on lap 25 of 29. Ollie Football from Nova Piper. Sean in 3rd and is gaining very rapidly on Nova Piper and is looking towards the inside line. The Audi driver immediately takes 2nd place. Look at Not Brownie trying to get involved as well. We've got Matt Connor and CB in the background too. Nova Piper try dang it around the outside and there's contact. Sean gets all out of shape and Nova Piper straight back through into 2nd place, but then gives the position back. May lose the position to Not Brownie here as well. Manages to keep it. This is absolutely incredible stuff as Sean and Nova Piper wheel to wheel down the main straight to start lap 26. Look at Not Brownie getting involved as well as into turn 1 we go. I thought it was going to be 3 abreast. Sean and Nova Piper battling hard, and it's Sean that takes 2nd place. Nova Piper, though, with the overtake boost, will be trying to fight this back. Is looking to the inside line. Haas versus Audi. Who's going to take the position on track? It's Sean that holds 2nd place for now, but Nova using the battery, trying to blast through. Better racing line for Sean, who does get into 2nd, but Nova Piper switches to the inside line. What a fight we are seeing here. We've got 5 cars all trying to share the same piece of tarmac. Not Brownie now gets up to third as the two house cars make contact. It's the domino effect, and Not Brownie now challenging for second place. Sean getting himself involved. Nova Piper all the way down to sixth now as Matt Connor looks to try and scrap with Not Brownie. CB round the outside of Matt Connor. This is incredible racing in the dying embers of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Jay saying, why does the bio say you race 48 times a week if you race 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 7 times a week? There are some days that we don't race that many times. I think it is normally 6 races a day, I want to say. So it does average out at 48. It's not 48 times a day, it's 48 times a week, obviously. But it does average out at about 48. Kieran's Motorsport saying, still hate this new generation of cars. But we are treated to some brilliant racing right now. Look at the amount of cars we've got in this fight. We've got Sean, Not Brownie, Matt Connor, CB, Nova Piper, and Luke, all within a chance of finishing on the podium. You can kind of take Matt Connor out of that consideration because he's got a penalty. As really wide there goes CB and off the road and is going to rejoin down in 7th place. The Aston Martin driver completely off the road. So it's Sean that's running in second then, Not Brownie in third. Nova Piper is fourth. This fight is absolutely incredible stuff. And we're about to move on to the penultimate lap of the race as TG Rob retires from the Grand Prix. Ollie Football moves on to the penultimate lap of the race then. But we cannot take our eyes off this racing action. Sean, Not Brownie, Nova Piper, Matt Connor, Luke, CB, and Rigged. All within a chance of finishing on the podium. Luke gets through on Matt Connor and up into 5th place. This is absolutely insane stuff. Alexander saying, JP, I have a question. What did you study in college? You sound smart. I never went to college, my friend. I finished school and went straight to working. But I do appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. Ollie Football leading this race by 6.5 seconds. Both podium spots underneath him. Still not decided in this race. Sean versus Brownie versus Nova versus Luke versus Matt Connor versus Rigged versus CB. An insane fight for the final podium places. And we still don't know who is going to come out on top. If you are looking to join the league, I will paste the link to the website in the TikTok chat. So make sure you get yourself involved. If you are looking to join the racing action, as we're about to enter the final lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix, it is Ollie Football that is your leader and will take us onto that final lap. Sean running in 2nd place, Not Brownie running in 3rd, and this is the lap. They will give it everything as Ollie Football then does move us on to the final lap of this race. Not Brownie in 3rd, trying to challenge away with Sean. Nova Piper is in 4th. Rob says his rears went and he crashed. It's Ollie Football in the lead. Where can Not Brownie try and get through? Where can Nova Piper try and get through? Kieran cheering on the Papaya McLarens. The McLarens currently in 3rd and in 11th. Batal chasing a top 10 finish. We'll need at least one more retirement if that is to be the case. As we're on the final lap of this Grand Prix, and Ollie Football really has dominated from lap 1. It was Void that took pole, but with a terrible start. And Ollie Football has really been the commanding leader of this Grand Prix. The podium positions look like they're going to stay the same. But for Ollie Football, it has always looked like he was going to win this race, as we've got a yellow flag. Who is that round? It's Brody, a lapped car. I thought that was someone spinning off the podium there. Well, MOR Esports is born then, ladies and gentlemen. The first race in the rebrand's history. And it's going to go to Ollie Football. What a drive from the Red Bull man who weaves his way to the line and wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a race from the Red Bull driver. Sean holds on to take second place. Not Brownie comes home in third for McLaren. Nova Piper in fourth, with Luke finishing fifth. Rigged is sixth, with CB in seventh place. Matt Connor in eighth, with Albon Lover ninth. Mr. Fresh will finish in 10th, but depending on his penalty, can Batal get into the top 10? He just misses out by 1.9 seconds. Mr. Fresh in 10th, with Batal in 11th. Blake Ziller spins his way into the wall to take 11th place. Bowmaster will finish 13th, with Brody in 14th and Stu in 15th place. Well, what a way to start the life to MOR Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, what a Grand Prix we have just seen. And it's Ollie Football that will stand on the top step of the podium and will ignite the Champagne Supernova. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in with me this morning to the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a race that was. What a start to life it was for MOR Esports. We will be back in about 45 minutes for the 12 p.m. social race, so don't go anywhere. My name's been Jack. I've been your commentator. I hope to see you there, but if not, until I see you, take care and ta-da.